Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with a really special The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now, ever since I got my first Great One Tahr a few days ago, I have been continuing the grind here on Sundar Patan for a second Great One Tahr, and yesterday, finally, number 2 showed up. He is a Fabled half, and he is absolutely gorgeous. He's so different to the first one we got, and this is really cool. To get a second one that is so different is awesome, and he's actually the lower weight range. As you can see, he's 115 to 147 kg, whereas the bigger weight estimate for Great One Tahr is 147 to 180, which was the estimate that my first Great One Tahr had. So he's just completely different in every way. Different fur, different weight estimate, different horns, and honestly, I was just in shock when this guy spawned. I was really hoping he would spawn. Like, I have been doing, like, for, I don't even know, pretty much since the first one spawned, like 12 to 14 hour days of grinding, just hoping that another Great One Tahr would show up, and it's been a lot of work and a lot of kills. And I've been trying to get my map to a point where I'm only grinding a few zones, similar to how I did my fallow and moose grinds towards the end. And I've finally gotten to that point where I've got a lot of level 2s that I've just left as they've shown up. That's how I do things. As, you know, small ones show up, I just leave them. So any level 2s or anything smaller, though I don't actually have any level 1s on my map right now, it's just level 2s. I've just been leaving them, and, you know, slowly but surely certain zones just get filled with level 2 males, and it sort of reduces the number of zones I have to visit. And it got to a point, especially, like, not yesterday but the day before, because I'm recording this the day after this guy spawned, because honestly, last night was just crazy and I was so tired and I couldn't record. But basically, now I've got it down to only a handful of zones that I have to actually visit to grind, which makes things a lot better, a lot more efficient. And I was getting diamond after diamond after diamond. I had 2 107 plus scoring Diamond Tahr spawn before this guy showed up yesterday, which is absolutely crazy. Like, 107 plus for Diamond Tahr is absolutely massive, and then to get 2, I was like, oh, you know, this is just wild. You know, please can a Great One spawn? And I was talking about it in Discord, as I always do when I'm doing these grinds, and then sure enough, not very long after, this guy ended up spawning, which was just insane. I've been working so hard to try and get this grind, like, going in a really efficient and just a much smoother manner, because the Tahr are a difficult grind. Do not get me wrong, it's not an easy grind. Compared to the other Great One species, these guys like to move around a lot, and they can be quite tricky to pin down. So it's been a lot of work just trying to get everything going well, and then having this guy spawn yesterday was so cool. Now, the Fabled half was my least favourite of all of the Great One Tahr fur types, but as I said during my video when I was covering the stream in which these guys were revealed, this still looks really cool. And when I spawned in at this tent, I immediately knew that it had to be a Great One without even, you know, spotting him through the binos, because I could see something white and glowing, and just the sheer size of this guy's, like, body, I could just tell it had to be a Great One Tahr. They are so much bigger body-wise than a normal male Tahr. It's actually insane. They are so cool. I mean, this is actually tied with Moose as being my favourite Great One. I absolutely love them. I think they are absolutely amazing looking. Just such cool creatures. And I have already started grinding for a third, which I said if I could get a second one to show up, I wasn't going to grind for a third, but they're just all so amazing. I mean, all of the furs that I don't have, I just love them all. Like, I think they're all amazing. The Fabled skull is the absolute dream. That is my top favourite fur of all of the Great One Tahr furs. In fact, it might be my favourite Great One in the entire game. I just think the Fabled skull is incredible. But the latte is gorgeous, the grey is gorgeous, they're all just so beautiful, and it just makes me want to continue this grind, especially now I feel that I've got it going a lot smoother than I had, and I just want to keep progressing with that and see if I can really nail it down, especially because I know there's a lot of you that would like me to make a guide, and I do want to make a guide, but I'm the kind of person that if I'm gonna make a guide, I want it to be accurate, and I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about, and I want to make sure that I give the most accurate information possible, because I do feel like there's maybe some things about these guys that are a little bit, you know, maybe not fully understood by, you know, a lot of the community and stuff at the minute, myself included, and there's just a lot I still want to learn. So the more and more practice I get by actually grinding them, then I feel like I'll be able to put out a much better guide. And, you know, as we keep grinding, if these guys keep showing up, I will be more than happy. I took him with the 6.5 Rayo, which was something I wanted to do when we found out that Great 1 Tahr were going to be coming to the game. I felt like the 6.5 Rayo would be a really cool weapon to take one with. And we did take this guy with it, and he is just amazing. I mean, what a beautiful creature. Only scores 116.32, so smaller end for, you know, score for a Great 1 Tahr, and only 145.09 kg, so not a whole lot over the normal max weight, which is 140 kg. So not a massive Great 1, but as I always say in Great 1 videos, it's not the score that matters to me, it's the fact that it is a incredibly rare and special trophy, and just so cool. Now, I could have put that shot a little bit further forward, looking at it, but it can be hard to judge with Tahr, because especially with the Great Ones having these huge fluffy manes, you can just, you know, maybe judge it a little bit, like, it's hard to judge, and you can end up maybe putting the shot a little bit further back than maybe what you'd intend. So I need to make sure to keep my shots, you know, plenty forward, but thankfully we did get lung, liver, and everything there, we got the vitals, so really happy with that. And I just think it was really cool to take this guy with the 6.5. The first one, you know, I wanted to just shoot with a weapon that I'd been using for taking all the diamonds and stuff, because I just wanted to get it down. There was a lot of pressure with the first Great 1 Tahr especially, so that's why I just used the 308 AR. But now I'm a little bit more comfortable, there's a little bit less pressure. You know, when it comes to killing Great Ones, I'm always so careful. You know, these are such special trophies to me. I never want to botch one, and, you know, if I did botch one, I would just accept it. I'm not gonna, you know, go back on it or anything. If I botch one, I botch one, but I always like to be careful, because that's not the result you want after a long grind. So I'm always really careful about my weapon selection, my shot choice, everything, which is why I waited until this guy was calm and broadside, because that's something as well. If you have a Great 1 Tahr or a Diamond Tahr or a Rare Tahr in front of you, I do recommend waiting for them to be calm, because when they are alert, they do a lot of weird twisting around on the spot stuff. That animations are really weird. And it's like they'll just flip from one direction to the other. So you could have a Tahr facing forward 1 second, take a shot, and then it flips around, and then you end up with a shot in the guts. And so I would really recommend, if you have a trophy Tahr, wait for it to be calm, then try and take your shot. Do not rush a shot on any kind of trophy Tahr, because it can go really badly. And that's why I waited for this guy to be nice and calm. He had his head up, took the shot, and it all went super well. And he's absolutely just beautiful. I mean, what a fantastic animal. I am so pleased. And I love these horns as well. So there are different horn variants for the Tahr, which we didn't know if there were 100% going to be different, actually like different horns, or if it was just going to be the one horn style that would change with true racks, but there are actually different horn styles. You can see this guy has like ridges with almost like chips out of them, which is really cool. It's actually one of my favourite horn styles for these guys, but they do have a few different ones. So it's not just the different furs, they do also have the different horns. Though for me personally, with the Great 1 Tahr, it's all about that fur. They are just so gorgeous, and the furs are what, for me, is the coolest thing. But there are some really different and cool horn styles for these guys as well. So hopefully, as we, you know, progress through grind number 3, I'd say I'm already, you know, a couple hundred kills plus into grind number 3. Hopefully, maybe I'll be able to get another one. We'll see. I don't know. You know, with these things, it's always... It doesn't matter, like, for me, how much time I put into it. I'm always like, maybe it'll spawn, maybe it won't. And I'm always sort of erring on the side of caution, thinking that it won't spawn. And then when one does spawn, it's always, like, a huge surprise. And I'm always so happy. Like, I never take for granted that a great one's going to spawn, no matter how efficient my grind is or how well it seems to be going. I never take these guys for granted. And for me, that's why these are just such special trophies and why I get so excited. And even though this happened yesterday, I'm still watching it back in disbelief as I record this audio. It still doesn't feel real that I got the first one, and now I've got a second one, and I'm progressing onto a third grind. It's just kind of insane. But that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Like I said, I know there's a lot of you that are wanting me to make a guide. I'm going to keep grinding, I'm going to keep trying to make my setup as efficient as possible, and trying to just continue learning as much as possible, and then I will think about making a guide sort of when I feel like I have all of the knowledge that I want to put forward, because like I said, there's still a lot of things that we're learning about the Tahr, and I feel like there's maybe some misconceptions and stuff about them, so I just want to make sure that if I'm going to put out a guide, what I'm saying is accurate. And also, just one final note, if you are grinding for any great ones, please make sure to claim your kills, because I've seen a few people recently and spoken to a few people who've been saying they have, you know, they're on like 10,000 kills or 20,000 kill grinds, but they haven't been claiming their kills. We were told on a stream by Jaxie to basically claim our kills if we wanted a great one. And there are so many people in the community who can tell you that they did grinds where they didn't claim anything, they didn't get a great one, and then started claiming, and then they finally got a great one. I mean, I literally had that with someone recently in Discord. They'd been on a really long fallow grind. They hadn't been claiming. I said, we've been told to claim kills, so I would start claiming your kills, and then he got it within 400. So, you know, just make sure if you are grinding for any great one of any species, specifically great ones, make sure you are claiming all of those kills, because it seems like in order for one of these guys to spawn, there is some sort of requirement for claiming kills. Every single Tahr I shoot, I claim the kill. Whether, you know, whatever great one grind I'm on, if I kill something, I claim it. So do make sure to be doing that if you are on a great one grind. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I rambled as per usual in these videos, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.